Angels, it's Hailey Reese and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am so excited that you are here and I do hope that you are having an absolutely fantastic morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is for you when this video finally reaches you. Today's video, you guys, is one that I am so excited to dive into and react to because if you guys have been on my channel for a while, we've dove into two other stories that are in a way very similar to what I believe this story is going to entail. And that is, there's a dead girl on Snapchat and there's a dead girl on Instagram. But this story was actually sent in to me by one of you who really wanted me to read and react to There's a Dead Girl Texting Me, which just sounds so freaking creepy and I'm here for it. I cannot wait to dive into it, especially because we have a thunderstorm that should be starting soon and I just feel like that's the vibe for tonight. Some spooky stories and some spooky ambiance, so I'm very excited. Before we get into today's video though, I would just very quickly like to thank today's video sponsor, Blackout Bingo. Now, if you guys have been on my channel at all recently, you guys would know that I am utterly obsessed with playing Blackout Bingo. Blackout Bingo is a super fun mobile game where you can actually make money by playing bingo. Your competitor get the exact same bingo card, except as time goes on, the numbers start getting drawn faster and faster. So winning is entirely based on how quickly you can react, which is so much fun. I don't even want to tell you guys the amount of hours I have spent playing Blackout Bingo. I have everybody in my life hooked on Blackout Bingo as well, and I truly think you guys will absolutely love it. Now, Blackout Bingo is owned by Skills, and not only does Skills have incredible support, but they pride themselves on their ability to match players based off of your skill level, so that makes it all the more fun to play. I do want to mention that while you can make money with Blackout Bingo and can cash out at any time, you can also play free head-to-head games as well, and they are just as fun. I don't know, I just love that now I don't have to actually go somewhere to play bingo. I can play bingo anytime, any place, and still make money doing it should I decide to. Getting started is as easy as clicking the link at the very top of my description box, and I do want to note that if you use my code Reese, you will get an extra $5 in cash to play on the app once you make your first deposit. Something that I think is so freaking cool about Blackout Bingo is that if you guys are playing, you may actually end up getting matched with me, which would be so much fun. So make sure to click the link at the top of my description. Use my code Reese to get an extra $5 in free cash to play on the app when you make your first deposit. And thank you so much to Blackout Bingo for becoming my new obsession and for sponsoring today's video. But with that being said, let's dive into this story. The story is titled, There's a Dead Girl Texting Me. This happened to me a couple of years ago, and I still feel sick when I think about it to this day. I'm hoping that someone can help make sense of what happened to me and who could have been behind it. I grew up in a pretty messed up family. From a young age, I became the human version of the quote, people who are hurting often hurt other people. I never really had much love in my childhood, and to be honest, my parents were pretty cruel. I guess I just really didn't know how to cope with these feelings and turned to bullying others instead. I was honestly pretty mean to everyone and established a mean girl reputation early on in school, but there was one girl that I did choose to target more often. I got a certain thrill and kick out of bullying Sandra, mostly because she was an easy target for me. She was pretty, but in a way that she didn't seem to know it. She was also very smart and had a good family. She was everything that I felt I wasn't, and that made me want to tear her down. I know this all sounds horrible, and believe me it was, but after years of therapy, I can now accept the monster that I was. I mostly liked to tease Sandra, for really anything I could, honestly. I took any opportunity to center her out and make sure that she would leave school feeling as horrible as I would feel by the time I got home. She never stood up for herself either. She would either call home sick or hide in the bathroom to cry. And I hate to admit that I loved it. What I didn't know, though, was the reality of Sandra's life. She was sick, very sick. She hid it well, but underneath her preppy clothes and pretty face, she was dying. It still makes me sick that I was bullying someone who had battles of her own, but then again I feel sick that I even bullied in the first place. Anyways, There was one instance between the two of us that I never told a soul. I was alone in the school bathroom when Sandra came running in. She visibly had to use the bathroom, and honestly, I wasted no time to use that against her. All in all, I blocked her from the stalls until she eventually peed her pants. I honestly thought it was hilarious, but then when I saw the look on her face, I actually kind of felt I maybe had gone too far. And then in brackets it says, "You think? How cruel could I be?" So I decided to help her out. I got her gym shorts from her locker, and she was able to call home before anyone noticed. That's the key to this story though. No one but the two of us knew. Eventually, rumors started flying around the school when Sandra stopped coming and she heartbreakingly passed away before I even got to know that she was sick, and I never got the chance to apologize or tell her that it wasn't her fault. I bullied her. This ate at me for months. Every time I passed the photos of her on her locker, I felt haunted by what I had done. I didn't want to bully anymore. I didn't even want to be me anymore. I swore I would never treat anyone like that again. But this isn't where that story ends. Not even close. Summer going into 8th grade, I was finally taken out of the hell I called home and placed to live with my grandparents 2 towns over. I thought this was the best thing for me because now I could start a new life and not be the mean bully with a messed up home life. I settled in okay in the new school and mostly just kept a low profile. I'd acquainted myself with a couple of the girls and was doing better in school. One day though, my world would turn upside down. I was meant to go to a football game later this night. I was getting ready and about to grab a snack when I heard my phone go off. I assumed it was one of my new friends texting about our plans, but was shocked when I realized it wasn't a number I had saved in my phone. In fact, it looked like a number I had never seen in my life. It didn't look like a proper number at all. The text read, "Miss me?" That's some Pretty Little Liars vibes right there if you ask me, but let's continue. Shocked, I texted back nearly immediately asking who the hell it was. Not even a moment later, I got a text. Sandra. My jaw fell to the floor. I knew it couldn't be Sandra. Sandra had passed away. My classmates had went to her funeral. She was gone. But no quicker than that thought crossed my mind did my mind wander again and realize that no one had my new number from that school. I was starting fresh. I couldn't think about who would play such a sick joke as to pretend to be a dead girl, let alone be texting me. I wrote back again telling them that this was a sick joke and I felt bad enough about what I had done to her. I didn't need this now too. The number didn't write back immediately this time. I tried to shake the feeling and continue on with my night, but the overwhelmingly sick feeling I had didn't go away. I know it sounds cliche, but the number didn't write me again until 3 a.m. Typical, I thought. Of course you'd do that trying to scare me. Except this time, the message was long. In the message were things that only Sandra would have known. About how I made her pee her pants, how I was like a demon on earth to her. The sender finished off the text with something even more disturbing. The sender asked, "By the way, how's that book? Looks spooky." I ran to the bathroom and threw up. I had just started a true crime novel that night right before bed. How the hell would this person know that? I tried to call the number, but the number said it wasn't in service. I never heard from that number again and couldn't find a number even similar to it online. I called my phone company who advised it was likely a scam number, but that was impossible. How would some random scammer know what I had done to Sandra? That's so freaking creepy. What the hell happened to me? Who the hell could it have been? Surely it couldn't have been Sandra, but who else if not? I have spent the last few years begging God or whatever higher power there is to forgive me. I pray that Sandra can rest in peace. I guess I just want to know what you reading this think. I know how awful of a kid I was, and I know if anyone deserves to be haunted or whatever this is, it would be me. But I just don't see how this is humanly possible. I've never believed in the paranormal. Please help. And that's the end of the story. What the hell? That is so crazy. So I've actually gotten like text messages from like random numbers before, some of which that even know my first name, like, "Hi Hailey, it's me, click this link," and blah, 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 but it's actually a scam text. So I do know that it's possible for someone to know, like, at the very least your name and number. But what I think is so freaking weird is that the number didn't appear to be in service, and whoever this was clearly knew what she had put Sandra through. Now, where my mind wanders is perhaps it was a friend of Sandra's who had used some sort of app or like, I don't know how people do that stuff, but I know there is ways to like text from random numbers, I believe. So perhaps it was kind of karma to get back at her, but where that's kind of interesting to me and doesn't make total sense is, well, it does make sense why they would want to get back at her like that. And perhaps Sandra did tell the friend about peeing her pants and whatnot. how would they have gotten her new number? And why all that time later would they decide to do that? So I'm really freaking curious to hear what you guys think. Nonetheless, I find these so creepy to even imagine. I know that there's quite a few of them out there now. The dead girl on Snapchat, dead girl on Instagram, dead girl texting. These dead girls are out here doing the most. But I do definitely want to know what you guys think of this experience down in the comment section below. Do you believe it? Do you think it's just another spooky internet tale? Definitely let me know. But that is basically it for this story. Once again, I would just absolutely love to thank Blackout Bingo for sponsoring this video. As I mentioned, you guys can get matched with me, which would be so much fun. Trust me, I played enough, so you're likely to see me on there. All you gotta do is click the link at the very top of my description, use my code Reese to get an extra $5 in cash to play on the app when you make your first deposit. I hope to see you guys on the app. But thank you to Blackout Bingo for sponsoring. If you guys are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my content, I would seriously love it more than you will ever know if you'd go ahead and click that subscribe button. And please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness, and until next time, I love you.